In the previous lesson, we've learned how to organize projects, navigate maps, and perform analysis. But where does GIS data actually comes from? The answer is editing. In this very lesson, you will learn how GIS professionals create new features, update existing datasets, and maintain the spatial accuracy required for real-world projects. Every GIS project depends on accurate data, whether you are just mapping roads, parcels, building utilities, or environmental features. The quality of your analysis is only as good as the data behind it. The Edit tab provides the tools needed to create new features, update existing datasets, and maintain data quality throughout the life of a GIS project. Now let's click and locate the Edit tab. Here is the Edit tab, so let's click on it. Now the Edit tab is the primary workspace for creating and modifying GIS features. It contains all the tools you will use to digitize new data, edit existing features, manage attributes, and ensure spatial accuracy. We'll explore the tab by looking at its main group, starting with the clipboard. The clipboard group contains the standard editing commands you will recognize from many desktop applications. Now, these commands include the paste. Now, under the paste, we have the paste spatial and paste properties. Now, it pastes all properties of the copied layer to this layer. All right, so it also contains the cut, it also contains the copy and copy path. So these tools allow you to either do all of the above by copying and pasting, and then copying a part and all of that. Then you cut the whole thing out and paste it in the new place. Now the next tool, the next group is the Manage Edit group. The Manage Edit group includes the Save and the Discard. So whether you or whenever you made changes to your data, ArcGIS Pro keep those edits in your current editing session until you decide to either save it or you discard them. Save and commit your changes, while discard remove any unsafe edits. It is a good habit to save your work frequently, especially when editing large datasets. Future groups. Now, the future group is where most editing tasks begins. Now, we have the create tools, which helps you to, uh, digitize new points, new lines, and new polygon. Now, digitizing these things that I mentioned are example of the polygon building, lines, road, rivers, lines, um, land parcel polygon, utility poles can be line or point. It depends on the scale of the map and all of that. So future templates helps ensure that new features are created in the correct layers with the appropriate default attributes. Now you can see the instance of this that we have here. This is actually a polygon, you can see, but a model that's a 3D. So it's a polygon, so you can see it Or let's quickly do some exercise, which is, so I'm just going to go here, though there's going to be a dedicated video for this, but I'm going to, because I'm going to give an assignment at the end of the day. So I'm going to just right click and I'm going to create a new, let's create a new shapefile so that we can easily, so I'm just going to click on run. Okay, it's okay. Just going to just put any random name and run. So we have it created. Now what I want us to do is basically to demonstrate a polygon. So I'm going to click on create, and when I click on create, I come back to this, create. It's not showing this yet. Actually want us to restart this first. Let me, I'm supposed to demonstrate how to create and all of that, but since it is not an in-depth video, we won't be doing that. Rather, I'm going to now demonstrate the modify tools. Now, under the modify tools, we have quite a number of tools. We have the move tool, which I can use to move this whole thing. And we have the rotate. You want to rotate it. You have the scale. You have the multi-patch texture. All of them. These modify tools helps you to do that. So the modify tools provide a collection of editing tools used to update existing features. Now, instead of deleting and recreating a feature, you can just simply what? Modify it. All right. Now, it comes to a time where you see that there's an error here. Instead of me just removing this, deleting it by clicking this delete, I will just easily what? Modify it. So that's how powerful and important modify tool is. Now, the next is the delete tool. If a feature is no longer needed or needs to be recreated, if I click on this now, you see that this will go. It has gone already. It has gone, but it's a double feature, that's why, but it has gone. Let me Control Z. All right. So if a feature is no longer needed or was created by mistake, simply select it and use the delete tool. That was exactly what I did, and I undo it. All right. So I'm going to click on discard, just like we explained before. So whatever I've discarded will is gone. All right. So I have deleted and have restored it back. Okay. So that is just the demonstration of that. So now remember always to verify your selection before hitting the delete features. Now the next tool we have to look at is the tool group. Now this tool group, if I click on it, you will see another set of tools that are similar to what is under the modify. So we have the move also, we have the rotate, the scale, the edit, vertex, that replace duplicate, or sorry, multi-patch, duplicate vertical. Then under the alignment, we have these same tools. And then there are as many as possible. We have the divide, we have the array, the construct, buffer. All of these tools helps you to do a lot of what is necessary, okay? So let's look at a few of them. We have the split tool, which divides a feature into two or more separate features. So you can use it to divide a thing, but I'm not doing any divide so that I don't cause more issue to what I already have. All right, this is my research. Okay, so we're just going to look through them, and then with time, as we progress in the class, we will look at them. So the common application of this is that it divides a parcel, it split road, separate land use areas. All right, so this is like a parcel. This is a parcel but on the vertical right. So we can use this to divide them. Now the next is the merge tool, which is this one now. What it does is that it combines multiple selected feature into a single selection or into a single feature. Now it combines adjacent parcels, merging zoning areas, consolidating polygon with similar attributes. You can use this to do that. Now we also have the reshape, which is this. We have the reshape, allows you to modify the boundary of an existing feature without recreating it. And then this is especially very useful when you are updating parcels boundaries or you're correcting digitized feature. Okay. Then from here we have the snapping. So once you click on this, it's a group on its own. What it does is that you will see all of this. See, this is, I turn my on and it is off now. So the snapping has to be turned on, and it's very important in time of this editing tab. So it's one of the most important settings that you need. Okay, so the snapping helps ensure that feature connects precisely to existing vertices, edges, or endpoints. Now the common options in vertex, or sorry, in snapping, are the point snap. So you see them here. This is point snaps. It snaps to the nearest point. Then we also have the endpoint snaps. Then we have the vertex snaps. Then we have the edge snaps. And then we also have the intersection snap. We have the midpoint snap. And we have the tangent snap. So I can also turn them on. See that all of them are turned on. So you can also go to the settings and look at whatever settings you need to change, but I don't really see anything to change among them. You can go through all over this and also the topology rules and all of that. Okay, so it's a very important settings. Without snapping, small gaps or overlaps can occur, reducing the accuracy of your GIS data. Then we have the topology. Now you see, this is a topology. The topology, creating visually correct data isn't enough. Like for you to say what I'm creating is it's correct, you know. So GIS data must also topologically be correct. They must also be topologically correct. Okay. So topology defines the spatial relationship between features and also helps identify errors such as an overlapping polygons, gaps, or disconnected lines. So examples of those rules in topology will include polygon must not overlap, polygon must not have gaps, line must not self-intersect. Okay, so all of those are some of the rules you will find in topology. Okay, so you see there's nothing much in it and all of that. So now there's no topology because there is nothing to edit. Okay, nothing to edit. So for that, there's no topology. But if there's something to edit, you see this and you will be able to create topology. And ArcGIS Pro, it helps you. It has a way of doing it such a way that you don't need to stress much like creating all of those rules like the way you are going to select them in ArcGIS desktop. From your attribute table, you can just add them and all of that. So we will look at the practical aspect of them as we go. So this is more like the theoretical aspect to put you in the right track in knowing these things and why you should use some of them. All right. So topology validation is an important quality control steps before performing spatial analysis. Okay, the next thing we'll be looking at is the attribute. So editing attribute doesn't just stop with geometry. Every feature also contain attribute information. So example of those can be, if I click on this attribute now, we should be able to see. Let me right click and go to attribute table, for example. Now you can see all of these. We have like the name of owner, object ID, party type, party number, status, and all of these are attributes, and they can be edited as you go. Like if I want to edit this number, for example, if I double click on it, I can type in a number vn dash 01 dash 01 dash 001, something like that. It's a number. So with that, it looks like I've edited. In ArcGIS Pro, you don't need to start editor. You just, once you double click, your editor starts automatically. All right. So you can update attribute value directly from the attribute pane or the attribute table, which is what I open. Now, if it is from here, if I click here now, from this edit, now if I click on this, it will open an attribute. You see, there's nothing here to edit. That's why, because this is what is active. So nothing is here. It's not this that is active. So since this one is active, I'm not seeing anything. All right. So that is that for that. Whether you are doing it from this here or you are doing it from here, it will still work. So we have things like the ground grids and then the quality control. So all of these things are things that helps in making sure that your data is going all right. So once I am okay with any other thing, you see, this is now, you see that there is a save, meaning there is something unsafe, and there is a discard, meaning there is something unsafe that I need to make a decision. Okay. Then we also have the select, which enable us to select uh, polygon, lasso, cycle, and all of that to make a selection. Now this will help us select. See, if I do like this, you will see it will select everything. If I do like this, so those are all found in the select, the edit tab. So I want you to pause this video and go over the lessons again, because most of the things I would have loved you to practice, we will do them in other classes so that you don't combine. So just go over the class again so that you have a better understanding of this theory we've done. Excellent. You've now learned how to use the edit tab to create, modify, and maintain high quality GIS data. These editing tools are fundamental to virtually every GIS project and will be used throughout this course. In the next lesson, we will explore the imagery tab, where you will learn how to work with satellite imagery, area photograph, and raster dataset to enhance your GIS analysis.